What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're out here in one of the fastest growing master plan communities in the state. We're in Madera, California, just a couple of minutes north of Fresno. We're gonna see a couple of houses today. The first one's 3 bedrooms, pretty nice floor plan. The second one though is actually one of my personal favorite floor plans by this builder, and you're gonna see why in just a few minutes, so stick around for that. We're out here in the newest part of this community. They are building like crazy out here. There is a elementary school out here, Stone Creek Elementary, that you've probably heard about. There's actually plans for another school going in just due to the expansion of the community. So from an investment perspective, it is a fantastic option for you just because all the infrastructure, there's a grocery store, there's a hardware store, there's restaurants going in. Every single month, it seems like I hear about something else that's going to be happening out here. So stick around, we're gonna talk about a lot of that stuff in this video. Let me know what you think of these houses and let's dive in. All right, so the first one we're gonna see actually is really nice. It's got something kind of unique. It's got extremely high ceilings in this front room here. So before we go in, I just wanna show you the exterior aesthetic. It is really nice. So all the houses in this community actually come with tile roofs. You will not find a house with a composition roof out here if you're familiar. Look how tall that is. This thing is huge. All right, and this house is not like the biggest house mansion in the world or anything. It is 1741 square feet, but it's a really nice use of space. And we're gonna see why, but that really high ceiling in this particular room here is really cool. So we're walking up. We're gonna see this thing, guys. Let's see here. All right. They all have that nice welcoming chime. All right, guys, let's see. All right, so as we enter, this is kind of the first impression, you know, it's pretty nice. Now keep in mind, this is a model home. However, it is not staged. So it doesn't always show as, I don't want to say as well, it just shows a little differently. So we kind of have to use our imagination together, guys. All right, one thing I do like about this builder that I will share with you is that there's no question on whether or not it comes the way you see it. Okay, look at this, guys. This is like the coolest thing about this house in my opinion. These are probably 12-foot ceilings, okay? It's only this room, okay? The rest of the house is your standard 9, but this is like, it's gotta be 12. Yeah, because that door is almost 7, and that's like nearly half the width of the, yeah, this is probably 12 feet. This would make a really cool office, in my opinion, if you work from home. Okay, anyways, I got sidetracked with the really cool high ceilings. But anyways, what I was gonna say is that the thing about this builder that is nice is that what you see here is exactly what you get, okay? Now, in all honesty, certain things could vary slightly. You know, let's say that, you know, the manufacturer of that faucet stops making that faucet. Well, you will get something similar, but it's basically what you see is what you get. In other words, it's not like this is all decked out to the nines, but to get a nice house, you know, you gotta spend 40 grand above base price. Not the case. What you see is what you get. So you would get floors very similar to what you see here. This is ceramic tile, okay? It's not vinyl or laminate or fake wood. It is wood-like tiled planks. And it's ceramic. You can see the grout lines everywhere. Pretty nice, it's durable. I actually have tile kind of like this in my house and we like it. It's super easy to clean. We've got the Huskies we've told you about before. Luna and Yeti. They are 5 and 6. They still don't listen. We've tried everything. Unless there's food involved, then they'll listen, but you know, whatever, we still love them, so. So this is the second bedroom, okay? The first room with the high ceilings is bedroom number 1. This is bedroom number 2. It's nice you get the walk-in closet here. All right, it's, this is actually good because because the next house we're gonna see is staged. It looks absolutely stunning. So it's good that you're actually seeing this first so you can see kind of the quality of what you're actually gonna get, the color of the walls, the floor, with nothing in it. So we're not distracted by how beautiful the staging is. But I'm telling you, the next house is fantastic. So hang out with me just for a few. We're gonna get to that in a minute. All right, the laundry is up here in kind of the front of the house too. All right, there's lots of storage. You've got all this space. You can put your laundry detergent, you know, paper towels, toilet paper. I don't know if you're a Costco. I don't know if you're, sorry, the bell just went off. Not sure if you guys shop at Costco or Sam's Club or whatever, but you know, when you do, you can load it all up in here. Guys, the washer and dryer is included, okay? It's all included. So what you see again is what you get. Washer and dryer is included. So if this is a first house for you, that's just one less thing you gotta deal with, is figuring out which washer and dryer to buy. Maybe you don't like these, you can sell them on Facebook Marketplace or something, but at least you have something. All right, we've got a nice closet right here. This one is your coat, kind of your coat and linen combo closet. All right, that's what this would be, because there was not a closet in the front of the house. This is kind of, yeah, coat and linen combined, so that's pretty cool. This door right here is the 2-car garage. Can't go in there, whatever reason, they don't ever let us access the garage, but that's fine. It's just a 2-car garage. It's finished with the drywall. It's not textured and painted, but it is a finished garage. All right, so this right here is the primary suite. All right, now, by the way, if you need measurements on this stuff, let me know. I keep a tape measure in my car. I can go grab it and simplify life if that helps. Let me know. I don't mind measuring things. I live actually in this community myself, so it's very easy. I can just cruise over here, take a couple measurements, and send it to you. I do that actually quite frequently just because it's easy since I'm already out here. All right, this is your primary bath. It's actually different. You know, it's kind of different. Like, you got the toilet over here. It's like the shower's in the middle of the room or something. It's kind of cool. It's different for sure. You got good counter space and looks to be nice sized drawers right here. So that's cool. Got good space in here to store stuff. All right, let's check out the oh, this is good. Actually, this is surprising, to be honest. All right, so that right there would be my section if this were my house, like that little, there's my section, and then my wife could have all of this and that and that and that. Totally fine, not a big deal. All right, another thing that's included are these blinds, all right? They're the 2-inch faux wood blinds that comes standard with these. And I mention that because some builders don't include that stuff, and you know, it's one of those things that when you're house hunting, you're not sitting here thinking about blinds. Like, who cares? You know, you're just excited about the house. You're buying a house. It's emotional, it's exciting, and you're nerve-wracking, all of that. Who's thinking about blinds? Usually nobody. So I'll mention those do come included, which is nice. So that's cool. By the way, we're gonna walk into the great room right now, see the kitchen and living room, and then we'll check out the backyard real quick. But I wanted to take a second and mention really quick, like 75% of you guys watching the video right now are not subscribed to the channel. So please subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to us. Every time we open up our app and we look, it's cool to see a higher number of subscribers. And it just helps YouTube understand that our channel is something that people are using and benefiting from, and it helps people. I've been told by many of my out-of-state clients relocating here, it's really helpful to see what we showcase. So we want that to be accessible to as many people as possible. So you can help us out by subscribing to the channel if you don't mind. It means the world to us. All right, so thank you very much for that. One other housekeeping thing that I wanted to mention is that if you are planning to go see model homes, all right, please reach out to me before you do so. Once you contact the builder, And then you go see the models, you register with them, or online if you register online with any of the builders. And then you call me next week and say, Casey, we went out to, you know, whatever builder and we love this particular floor plan. Can you help us? Our hands are kind of tied, guys. A lot of the builders don't necessarily want to compensate the real estate agents because it helps their bottom line if there's not an agent included. It doesn't usually help your bottom line, it helps their bottom line. Otherwise, they wouldn't care if agents were there on the first visit or not. But reach out to us so we can get you set up with all of our builder reps so that way we're not cut out of the deal. We can help you guys all the way from seeing the models to getting keys. We just don't want that to be impacted at all because we're not a part of the journey from the beginning. So just let us know so we can help you guys out. All right, okay, cool, that's fantastic. Let's move on to the living room and kitchen. Check it out, guys, it's really nice. It's super clean, all right? It's very, very clean. That's where we just came from. I want you to see the kitchen. It's got the white cabinets. It shows very well, very clean. Got room for probably 3 stools here. You want to get counter height. Sorry, the bell just randomly decides to beep. But anyways, you don't want bar height, you want counter height stools. I learned that from the wife. All right, these cabinets look pretty nice. They go up almost a foot from the ceiling. So it looks good. You got good counter space, a nice island. How do you guys feel about the sink being in the island? Believe it or not, I've had some clients tell me that they don't like an island with a sink in it. It's a nice stainless steel farmhouse sink. You know, it's pretty nice looking. One thing I'm gonna tell you guys from experience, because I have this going on in my house, when you wash your hands, like let's say you're doing dishes right here, you wash your hands and you shut this off with your hands wet, water is gonna pool here and then eventually it will run that way. We had that going on. We reached out to warranty with our builder and it turns out there was no leak. It's just from us turning the water on and off too many times with wet hands. The water runs and then eventually it will start to damage your quartz countertops and you'd have to have them polished. So, I mean, whatever, you know, we just kind of make sure we dry it when we're done and take care of it. But I don't want you guys to learn that the hard way, kind of like we did. So just a little piece of insight, maybe worthless, not sure, but you've got it either way. So this is the Samsung appliance package. All right, right there, Samsung. Now, this is electric, okay? These homes are all electric now in this particular neighborhood. Not the entire community, but this particular series of homes. Nice fridge, that comes with it too, so that's pretty good. You don't get a full backsplash, you get like the 4 or 5 inch backs, I think it's 4 inch backsplash. But I've seen lots of creative options that people have done. There's a lot of outlets. I mean, you could be charging your phone, you could be having the KitchenAid right there, the toaster there, you know, making a pot roast down here with the crock pot, and then, I don't know, I'm like out of ideas. You got more than enough outlets clearly, so that's a nice thing. It's a good feature. And then let me show you the great room. This is very open concept, guys. So if you like to entertain and have family time, this is a fantastic option because your TV would go on that wall there. You could put it wherever, but it's already wired right here. You can see by the Smurf tube, they call it. This thing right here, see the tube in there? Your cords go through there and then they pop out down there. So you mount the TV, you plug it in, and it's supposed to be a seamless cordless experience, guys. So the builder does that, so that's cool. Comes with a fan. Yeah, it's pretty good. Thermostat's right here. This is a popular one. I've seen this one a million times. You guys probably have too if you've been following the channel for any amount of time. You can hook that thing up to Wi-Fi, control the temp. Pretty good, pretty nice. I don't think, yeah, we're not gonna, well, no, they got it locked up there, so we can't get out there, but you can see the yard from here. For a new construction home, this is a nice size, guys. You know, if you have a couple fur babies like I do, if you have a baby like I do, whatever you got, this is gonna work for them probably. If you want to build an Olympic-sized lap pool back here, I would probably say we should find something else, okay? I don't know how many people do that, not very many, but the average family, this is the perfect size. Since we can't get out there, I'll show you. The AC condenser sits right out there. It's cool. Something else I want to talk about really quick was solar. Okay, that's always a big question for many of my clients. Every client actually that buys one of these asks me, Casey, how much is solar? It varies a little bit depending on the floor plan and the builder. Every builder's got a different contract with their solar company that they choose to go with. So it does vary, but on a house like this, you're probably looking at 20 to 30 grand because this particular builder has adopted the backup battery deal. So it's probably less than 30K actually. This home is not as big as some of the other ones that I've sold recently. And I know like on 2,700 square feet, it was like 30K. This is probably in the low 20s, if I had to guess, and we can confirm pricing on whichever particular house you want, because it varies by floor plan and system size and backup battery, all of that. So you can lease it or purchase it. My wife and I, when we bought a new home, we chose the purchase option just because if you compare the cost of the lease to the difference in the mortgage payment, it's roughly the same. And then if you sell the house in 5 or 10 years, the new buyer doesn't have to assume your lease. They just, it's already owned, so that's nice. So that's why we did it. Also, there was a tax credit at the time we purchased our home last year. And I think there still is a tax credit if you close on something this year, if I'm not mistaken. We can look into that. But there's a few incentives, as far as solar goes. So we can talk about all of that stuff later, but I want you guys to see this second house because it's really nice. Oh wait, back to the solar thing really quick. My house is a little bigger than this. It's like 2,200 square feet and it's a single story. And our bill has been running about 50 bucks a month for gas and electric because of our solar panels, just FYI. So I think that's pretty good. I am happy with it, I'm content. So if that helps you, I don't know, put things into perspective at all, then I'm glad it helped. So, all right, let's check out the next house in just a few. We're going over there, we're gonna start walking over there right now, but I do want to talk about the map today, where we're at. I also wanna show you the neighborhood of what the landscaping looks like that you actually receive, because it's come to our attention that in the models, I'm just lock this real quick. So the models that you see are beautifully landscaped like this one right here. They got these nice, I think these are olive tree like bushes though. They got a really nice olive tree, which these things can be pretty expensive actually. You don't get that. You get something a little more basic. In fact, before we talk about the map and then get to the second house, I'm just gonna walk across the street and show you some of these houses over here that are done already. People have moved in. All right, I don't wanna invade their privacy, but I just want you to see the yard, check it out. This is what the builder did, okay? So it still looks really nice. It's pretty, it's pretty straightforward. It's not extravagant, but it looks nice. It gives you the opportunity to do whatever you want. And if you got the olive tree and you hated olive trees, then you're paying for something you don't even like. So that's why the builders tend to keep it to a minimum, keeps the price down a little, and it still gives you something that looks pretty nice. So anyways, we can explore yards more later if you guys want, but let's talk about where we are today, and then let's dive right into that second house. All right, guys, I want to show you really quick where we are today on the map, just so that gives you a point of reference when you're considering making your move or your relocation across the country. So if I go to the map, I'm going to show you we are in California. We're right between San Francisco and Los Angeles in a place called Madera, which is right next to Fresno. All right, we're a couple hours inland. Let me zoom in here and show you what I see. All right, so right here is Fresno County, this whole dark area. All right, if I go northwest, this area is Madera. Well, we are not in Madera, as I call it. We are in the North Fresno extension, which is technically Madera County, but that is just right here, guys. I mean, so if you needed to go to the grocery store, it's going to be a lot quicker to travel to Fresno versus the city of Madera. Like the nearest Walmart, there's one in Fresno, and I think there's one in Madera, but you will probably never go to Madera for convenience because you're 5 to 7 minutes north of Fresno, so it's super convenient. Anyways, let me show you more closely. So this whole thing here is Riverstone. So ignore this over here. All right, this is businesses and big lots of older homes that have been here forever. It's a place called Rolling Hills, but if you follow my cursor, I'm not sure if you can see it. This whole area on the top and then down on the left-hand side, that is all Riverstone, all right? It's crazy how big this place is. So this is where we are. So if I zoom it in, up here on the corner, we've got some shopping. We've got a Dutch Bros, we've got a Me and Ed's Pizzeria, we've got a Menchie's, a UPS store, several storefronts for you to utilize, shop at for convenience, things like that. Up until just recently, though, there was not a big grocery store out here. You have State Food Supermarket, I think it's called, on Avenue 12, which is just 6 or 8 minutes west of here, so that's convenient. Or you can travel to Fresno, which is 6-7 minutes away, and shop there. But there are plans now for Raley's, which is a Northern California chain grocery store, I believe, that's breaking ground here, supposed to be next year, as well as a hardware store, Tractor Supply. We've got a lot of other things coming in. We've got some restaurants, we've got another school, a fire station, another lodge with more amenities coming out here. So there's a lot of stuff happening, guys. And, this community has been here since 2018. And why haven't they done it until now? Because it doesn't make sense for a business to plant their roots in an area where there's, 30 people living. But now that we've got probably a couple thousand people, if I had to guess, there's enough people here living to support these businesses so that everybody can have the convenience as well as the businesses thrive and be successful. So that is all coming. All right, the lodge is right here. This is your main area where your amenities are currently. We've got a resort type of pool. We've got a small kiddie pool, lots of cabanas that you can even reserve if you want to have one reserved on a particular day. And then you can also reserve the lodge, which is this cool looking building here. My wife and I actually did our baby shower here and our daughter's first birthday party, Sophie. So it's really nice. It'll accommodate up to about 100 people, so it worked out perfectly for us. Let's see. I could talk on all this stuff, guys, and there's lots of other videos I've done on our channel about the amenities, so we're not going to spend too much time there. I want to show you where in the community we're at, though. This is Stone Creek Elementary, this cool place right here. It's an elementary school, TK through 6, and apparently it's rated pretty good. All right, so that's fantastic. Over here on the west of the community, getting to the west, all right, this space right here, let me zoom it out to give you some perspective. This space right here, I don't know if you can see my cursor, is supposed to be where the second lodge is going to be built. So if you live in a newer portion of the community, so basically if you're buying a new construction home now, this second lodge that's breaking ground, supposed to be in 2026, will be closer to you. So that is going to be a nice addition to the community. All right, now, something that's crazy is all of this that you see, this dirt with roads, this is all built out. The map is not up to date, guys. This is all built out with houses. It is sold out. It's crazy. So the houses that we're seeing today are down here in this newer section. All right, so right down here, you can see it comes all the way down south to Road 10, and this is Road 40. So it's catty corner from the Dutch Bros coffee and all of that, which is way back up there. All right, so the houses we're seeing today are down here. So still part of Riverstone. It's just insane how quickly this place has expanded, and people are buying like crazy out here, even despite the rates. With some builders, we can work like a 4.99 rate, so reach out to me with questions on that. It helps people ease into home ownership, and make it more feasible. So that's really awesome. Let's see if there's anything else I want to touch on here. That's pretty much it, guys. I just want to show you where we are. It's a really neat community. It's very family oriented. There's a lot of amenities out here, as mentioned, including a dog park as well. So if you have furry family members, go ahead and take them there. This is the community where you see the family, the parents with like the 2 or 3 kids on the bikes, riding along the wide sidewalks amongst all the olive trees that you see everywhere. Really family oriented, community oriented place. So I think you're going to love it. My wife and I have lived here since last year. So far, we absolutely love it out here, and I think you will too. So if you have questions on what it's like living here, let me know. Otherwise, let's get back to the second video, because if you want to move here, consider the second house. It's really cool. It's 4-bed, 2-bath with an awesome floor plan. Let's check it out. All right, guys, let me know if the map's helpful. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys care about that, or is it just like, let me fast forward through it because I don't care. I don't know. I think it's helpful. If you follow the channel, regularly, then some of it is somewhat redundant. But if this is your first time watching one of our videos, then hopefully you can benefit from that. So we are standing here outside the second house that we're seeing today. It is really, really pretty. You can see it right behind me here. It's got nice stonework. I like the windows. I like the little awning thing that comes out. It looks really good, guys. So I'm gonna get this thing opened up and then we'll go in right now. All right, looks good. I'm excited for you to see it. All right, it's opened up. Let's go. All right, guys. I remember the first time I walked into this floor plan, I was like, wow, this looks really nice. And in all honesty, for mid 400s, this house is priced in the mid 400s. And by the way, guys, depending on when you see this video, it may or may not be relevant, but there's a move-in ready home of this one available. So if you like this, let me know ASAP and we will see what we can do for you on it. Okay, it's move-in ready, so we could probably get a better incentive from the builder, probably maybe squeeze a little more than usual, so that could be cool. It's really nice. Check this thing out, guys. I love the entry, the wide entryway. It's pretty common with newer homes to have the 2 bedrooms and a bath up in the front of the house, which I actually kind of prefer because it gives you some separation. This first bedroom here is staged as an office. Okay. So closet space, I mean, it's pretty normal. It's not like anything crazy, but we're looking at the floor plan and it's a good one, guys. Wait till we get to the great room area. So here's bedroom 1, all right. Make a good office. All right, and then we've got the full bath, number 1. All right, very similar to the last house in terms of cabinets and countertops and faucets. So we're not gonna focus a whole lot on that right now. We're just looking at the floor plan. These are all fiberglass inserts with this builder. Amongst many builders, it's similar. One thing that we don't have is a light over that mirror. Like there's this light, but if you are like standing here brushing your teeth, like you're kind of in a shadow. Or if you're putting on makeup, I would imagine you want a more front-facing light. So, whatever, it's an observation, not like a deal killer, but just something. I love the big art on the walls. It's pretty cool. All right, the second bedroom is about the same size as the first bedroom. These two are very similar. This is a 4-bedroom house, guys, all right? We're at just under 2,000 square feet, and for the size of the house, they have actually used it really well. All right. Let's see. All right, let's make our way. Laundry, if I told you that we were in the last house, you might actually believe me. I don't know, because it looks pretty much identical. Same washer and dryer, same layout. We got the storage over here. Well, it's a little different, it wraps around. I don't think that the house did that, I don't think. Your attic access is in here. so that's pretty convenient. All right, this is cool. Now, your garage is right there, okay? So you pull your car in, unload all your stuff from Costco like we talked about, and you just carry it to the other side of the wall right here. All right, you guys ready? Check this thing out. I'm just gonna go whip this thing around slowly so you guys can get the full effect. Look at the living room, the dining room, the gigantic island, the really beautiful kitchen. You can't go wrong, guys. This house is really nice. For the mid 400,000s, like, it's insane. It's probably, in my opinion, one of the better options. If you like this type of space. It's really open. It's really, really cool. It's nice. So, see what the staging does, though. You see what I mean? Like, it adds some character to the house. It warms it up, makes it feel like home. So I think I read somewhere one time that a staged house sells statistically for more money than a non-staged house, and I kind of believe that. When you walk in, you're like, wow, it's a model home. It feels like you just want to be here and drink some wine, or those aren't wine glasses. I don't know. I don't even drink wine, honestly. I don't drink anything. I'm allergic to alcohol, guys. So I don't drink anything except, non-alcoholic stuff, but I can't drink alcohol. I turn red. I feel sunburn. It's not fun. So that looks cool though, what they've got going here. They got an outlet. This would be a great prep space. Let's say that it's Thanksgiving and you got your in-laws over and your parents here and everyone's here trying to run the show. You can have someone over here stationed, like peeling potatoes or something. That would work. Very nice. This is big. This is really wide, like the area here. So if someone's cooking on the stove and someone's cleaning a fork over there, like, you're not stepping on each other's toes, literally. So pretty cool. All right, and this room, by the way, is really big. That's a large sectional that they've got here with 2 chairs, dual coffee tables. It's kind of a thing right now to make it look big. This looks nice. Even though they have the window coverings, they're pulled up there. They come included. Like I think I mentioned that already, but I'll mention it again just to remind everybody. So this is good, guys. It's nice. Now, this house on the same size lot as the first house we saw is going to give you a little smaller backyard because you are using more lot space for a bigger house. All right. Looks like there's some paint on the concrete down there at the bottom of that pillar. Not a big deal, but at our blue tape walkthrough, I would have that addressed and cleaned up for you guys. The house should be perfect for the prices that things cost these days. We shouldn't be settling for painted concrete if it's not supposed to be painted. All right. I don't know. Some people don't care. I'm picky when it comes to that kind of thing. Like, I look at, details, and I want things, like, I'm not sure. I don't know. It looks good overall, but I would definitely come with you on the final walkthrough where they tape things, and I would point out things that are common that I see on these houses, because you're spending, $400,000 or $500,000, whatever, even 300. It doesn't make any difference. You're buying a brand new house, especially. It should be perfect. It's like buying a brand new car with a door ding in it. You're not going to want that. So, and I'm here to help you find the metaphoric door dings. Okay, this is a pretty normal sized room. I think that the first 2 rooms and this one, which is the 3rd room, are all about the same size. All right, so, and then right across the hall, we have our primary suite in this home. It looks really nice. I love this house. It's a good floor plan. It's a well thought out floor plan that makes a lot of sense. And they did a really nice job with it. I know who, the builder designed it. They did a fantastic job with this floor plan. By the way, if you like this floor plan, the move-in ready that's available now, I believe is the last one until the end of the year or early next year. There's none of these available. Based on what I was told like a week and a half ago, there's nothing available for this floor plan. It's a top seller and they're basically sold out. And the one that's available, I believe, came back on the market. Somebody canceled for whatever reason, chose another direction to go, and this one became available. So I want to give another thought here. So down there are 2 bedrooms and a bath. We saw those when we came in the door. We've got, the garage. We've got this here. I don't remember if I showed you guys the coat closet or if I just walked right on by it. I think I was excited about the living room and kitchen. Anyways, we've got 2 bedrooms and a bath up there. And then down here, okay, we've got the primary and the 3rd bedroom. So this is perfect if you are like me. I have a 14-month-old baby. What's crazy is I remember a year ago, I think I started the YouTube channel about a year ago, a little more. And I remember telling people, oh, I have a 3-month-old baby at home, and then it was a 4-month-old, and now it's a 14-month-old baby. So it's kind of cool. Anyways, I'm thinking in terms of like being a dad, I'd have my office in that front room down there. Okay. I would do a guest room across the hall for my situation. It's my wife and I, and we have 1 baby. I would do Sophie's room, which is our daughter. I would do that one right here. Okay, that would be Sophie's room, and that would be a nursery, whatever. I don't know. Do you still call it a nursery? I mean, she's 14 months. She's not a newborn, so I don't know if it's a nursery or if it's just her room now. I'm not sure, but that would be Sophie's room right there, and then we'd have our room here. So that way she's close to us. She can still learn to be independent. All of that stuff, which apparently is pretty important. I'm sure it is. So that's a good floor plan. If you're a young family with young kids, this could be an option. And then, in the future, if there's another baby, then, we could probably have them share a room, for a while. I'm sure the baby would be in this room, and then, your first child would have their room. That all up there would stay the same. And then as your family grows, you can just push, I don't mean it the way it sounds, but you could just push the kids down the hall, just a thought, whatever, but just a thought. So I think there is someone coming in, so I'm going to step out and let them see the house, and then we'll get back at it here in a sec. All right, guys. Yeah, there was a family coming in, kind of like what I just described, actually. So I am walking out. I don't know. We've seen the house, so we'll let them go ahead and have a look. And earlier I did show you guys, it is bright out here today, guys. I did show you guys the standard landscaping and stuff already. So actually, here's another house right here. You can kind of see, So this is nice because you've got obviously the models are the models, but like if you buy a house facing an end cap like this, you've got all that parking, all this parking here, which is cool. And it looks nice, but this is the landscaping. They use a sod that looks like a Bermuda grass, which I know will spread like wildfire if you let it, and then they do the mulch and the small plants like this, So this is actually a different floor plan by the same builder. It's a different series. This house is a 5-bed, 3.5 bath. It's 2534 square feet. So we will be doing another video soon on these, but what we just saw today were those over there. And I'm curious what you guys think. So let me dive into specific pricing right now. I mentioned they're in the mid 450s, but I want to pull up accurate pricing on our portal right now, give that to you. And then if you're interested at all, reach out to me. We will talk about incentives and what we can do on one of these, since there is a move-in ready available. Let's see if we can make it more appealing and more feasible for you and get you the best deal we can. All right, so let's talk about pricing, guys, right now. All right, guys, what did you think of that second house? Was it as cool as I amped it up to be? I don't know if it ever is as cool as I amped it up to be, but I thought it was an awesome floor plan with lots to like, right? So let me dive right into the pricing, okay? So the first house that we saw today was the 3-bed, 2-bath. I think it was 1741 square feet. It had the 12-foot ceilings in that 1 bedroom. Let me get you the accurate price here as of today. And this is the price of the current move-in ready house. This one's done. It's ready for like a 25, 30-day escrow. It can be closed like in September, right? It's currently priced at $425,750. Okay, there was just a reduction in price of $13,000. So $425,750 is actually insane for the price for what you're getting in this house. That is pretty much everything. There's no upgrades, no options to increase that price other than the solar. Okay, and if you're actually seriously interested, let me know. Shoot me a text or call me or an email, and I will get you the cost of the solar, and then we can run estimates on both scenarios with solar and without the purchase. If you opt for the lease, we can weigh out those options. The second house we saw was the one that I prefer. It's the one that was on the corner with the 4th bedroom and the really cool giant kitchen island. I think it's amazing. That house, there's also a move-in ready. It is $446,350, guys. So it's like $21,000 more for the additional bedroom, more square footage, and in my opinion, a better floor plan. But they're both great options for you. So let me know which one you prefer. Put it in the comments below, and shoot me a text with any further questions, and I'm more than happy to help you guys make your move either to Fresno, Madera, Clovis, or within those areas as smooth as possible. It's what I do. So I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.